Welcome to a brief organic chemical drawing tutorial. The purpose of this video is to show you quickly from paper to a chemical drawing program those things that are useful to enhancing your skills. Now over here I have two examples, and the way to approach these to draw these quickly and effectively and accurately goes something like this. So I look at the structure and I will draw a principal chain, or the longest chain that I can, and then fill in details afterwards as I go along. In this case, I've shown lone pairs on oxygen. Here they're assumed, but you must remember all of the valence electrons available for bonding or lone pairs, that is non-bonding, on these structures. Now the convention is anything that is a regular line will be on the plane of the paper. So here we have some examples of single, double, triple bonds. And in our convention, we will use a wedge, and the wedge can be either filled in or not, to denote something coming out toward us. Something that's going away from us we'll depict with a dashed line, like so. One feature that you must do is have the dashes and wedges close to each other in your drawing, in this fashion here. Or let's say we draw them like this. So again, wedges and dashes close together. If you put them opposite to each other, you will run into some stereochemical problems that we'll discuss later. So again, you want to quickly draw the core and then add the details and check your drawings. Now over here, we have a slightly more complex structure. And what I will do here also is still draw the core. And yes, in this class, you will need to learn how to draw hexagons and pentagons and squares and triangles effectively and rapidly. So here I have the core structure in. Then I'll go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add the 5 carbons down this chain. I'll add in this bond, and then finish up the details of the double bonds here. We have a nitrogen at this position, oxygen here, I'm just checking, and we have NH2 here. So again, starting with the main pieces and then filling in the details will be the most rapid approach. And you'll see that when we go to the drawing software, we will pursue a similar approach. One of the features on a new install of ACD Chem Sketch is the fact that the terminal methyl groups are indicated here. Again, a regular line drawing assumes that a terminus will be a methyl group. To remove this annoying feature, go to Tools, go to Structure Properties. This will give you this pop-up up here. What you want to do is here under Show Carbons, we're going to uncheck the box for terminal. And then we will say set this as default. Now, when we draw our structures, they will no longer have the terminal methyls shown. Now let's go ahead and select all, and we can remove the particular style for these bonds in this way. And so there we have now eliminated all of the terminal methyl groups. Turning now to our drawing software. This software is ACD Chem Sketch. Another software that's commonly used is ChemDraw. This or other programs in the course learning software, etc., will typically operate under the same principles, although all the buttons will be different. So typically you have a blank slate. You'll have some atom availability. On this side we have template availability. Here we have our test subjects for drawing. And again, I'll pursue the drawing of these in a similar fashion to what I did on paper. So I'll select a tool that allows me to draw a number of bonds. And note here I have the nitrogens selected. So I'll dump that, get the carbon, and we will make our principal chain for this molecule over here. Then I'll go to just a bond tool and I'll add the bonds making up the other part of that carbon chain. I'll also add in here this bond. If I click it again, I'll get a double bond. And then finally, down here, we're going to have two more atoms coming off at this carbon. So after drawing the core, I'll go back over here and then grab the atoms that I need to denote these different positions. Now we have some stereochemistry, and to put that in, we'll select the stereochemistry tool to change those bonds to indicate their direction. For the other structure, we will use the template tools up here. So you could use the benzene template and build off of it. Alternatively, just to show you a different approach, I will take a hexagon and then add to it a pentagon. Move down here, take our drawing tool, and then add our 5 carbons down here. And then back with our regular tool, go ahead and add those bonds that are missing. So here's our skeletal core, and we need to denote the different atoms as they occur. So we have nitrogen, a couple of oxygen atoms, and then another H2 group down here. Don't forget the stereochemistry. Grab that, put it here, and we are essentially done. Now there's other features that we can use in these programs which have become more and more powerful. All right, one last thing is cutting and pasting pictures from ChemDraw to another document. So here, I'm going to take the select tool. I can either lasso the structure that I want, or do Control All for all structures. And then I can do a copy function either on the keyboard or your usual edit stuff up there. Then I can go over to document. Here I have Word open, and I can paste the drawing into the document. This can be centered, titles added, and so forth. So we'll select the molecule of choice, go ahead and copy it again, move to the document, and go ahead and paste it. You can paste it as a picture or as regular paste. One thing to note is that if you paste the document as a paste. You can have a connection to the chemical drawing software such that you can double click on a drawing, which will open a window to edit the drawing. So here, Word recognizes and opens a window in Chem Sketch to edit your drawing. And if we make a change here, and then close this out, do you want to save it? Yes. So we go back to our Word document, and you can see that our edit has been saved. So again, pretty straightforward for cutting and pasting these pictures.